welcome to episode 11 of the Late Night Gaming Show. I am your host, Tim Finch, and I am joined to the left of me with...
Jodie Foot.
Jodie Foot, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Feeling pretty good? I'm feeling pretty good. So an upsetting thing happened yesterday, Jodie.
What happened yesterday, Tim?
I turned 26.
He did.
If you didn't know, I'm 26, but yesterday the day before yesterday I was 25.
It's true. You're over halfway now to 50. I can't say much because I'm turning 27 this year, so can't really say very much more.
Why is this happening to us, Jodie?
It's just what happens to everyone.
Us? So that happened. So there's a bit of depression in the air, but we're going to fight through it and look at all the amazing gaming news. We're going to talk about... We're going to be talking about... I sound depressed in my voice. I feel like I need to...
It's okay.
But we're going to be looking at the gaming news. We're going to be having some jokes. We're going to be having some fun out with Jodie. So without further ado, let's fly straight into Joke of the Week. Okay, welcome back. It is time for Joke of the Week. As always, I'm going to share an amazing game-related joke, and Jodie's going to try not to laugh. Currently, I have 2 points, Mike has 1 point, and you have nil point.
It's disgusting.
Nil point. Okay, today I have a Minecraft-related joke for you, Jodie. Jodie is a massive lover of Minecraft, and I'm about to ruin it for her. Here we go. That is related to this joke. So I'm going to get my cheeks ready.
No messing about at the end, Tim. That's what makes it worse. And then we end up laughing. We confirmed that last night when we were all having dinner.
Okay.
We don't laugh, just move on.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me start again. I'm too excited. What noise does a Minecraft turkey make?
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
What?
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
No. Cobble, cobble, cobble.
Oh, no. So bad.
Cobble. Now you should understand this joke.
I do understand it, but that's not funny.
Do you want to explain the joke to us?
Well, because you have cobble, don't you, in Minecraft? So that's why it's called... That's why you're saying cobble, cobble, cobble instead of gobble, gobble, gobble. So, there we go. Can I just clarify? I'm not laughing at the joke because the joke was bad. I'm literally laughing because Tim's looking at me. So I think I should still get that point because I'm laughing at you laughing. I'm not actually laughing at the joke. That's the worst thing.
I want to point out the rules that I stated at the start of this section, Jodie. I said if Jodie laughs. I didn't say she laughs at the joke. That's
so bad. That is so bad. You're not getting that point, no, because it's not even funny.
Usually, I am quite a gracious person, but Jodie, I can't give you the points.
Let me just say, I'm doing the editing, Tim, and I'm getting the point.
And without further ado, let's move on to what have we been playing this week.
Right.
What you been playing this week?
Cobble, cobble, cobble. It's you. The joke isn't funny. I literally just laughed at you. If I didn't look at you and just carried on looking at the camera, it wouldn't have bothered me.
I still think
because I looked at you. No.
Thank you.
No.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to compose. I'm actually
compose yourself over your rubbish joke.
Right.
Laughing at?
You ready?
Oh man, these bloopers are going to be boss.
Welcome back after that absolutely wonderful Joke of the Week challenge. And it's time for what we've been playing this week. So Jodie, enlighten us. What have you been up to this week?
So, I found a very old game. Well, you say very old.
It's not Cooking Craze, is it?
No, it's not Cooking Craze.
Oh, thank goodness.
No, I promise. We went back to the Nintendo Wii and we played Mario and Sonic at the Olympics 2012. And I'm not lying.
Yes.
It was boss.
Yes.
Like,
what's your favourite event?
I would have to say it was the equine one.
The horses?
Yeah.
Oh,
love it.
I
absolutely
played that
love
a
it.
lot.
It was boss. It was absolutely boss.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was the main one. And then I've been playing I played an app on my phone that's called...
Cooking Craze.
No, it's called...
Cooking Craze.
No, it begins with V.
The Cooking Craze.
No, it's like... It's a ball woman that you run through, and you got to like pass through all the circles and stuff. I can't remember the name. Vortex it's called.
Okay.
That's it. That's it, really. Not really.
Alright,
And then,
so it's just been quite casual.
yeah, well then we played some games last night, but
We did.
talk about that.
I can't remember what it's called. What was the one we were playing last? I'm not going to remember the name of
The
that
shooting
one.
triangle game.
Something deluxe. It's kind of like Asteroids, but multiplayer and you're trying to kill each other. But it's so funny. We had such a laugh, didn't we?
It was boss.
We
was
basically
so good.
played that for the majority of last night.
Yeah.
A group of us. It's a great laugh. We also played on Brawl Out. That was all right.
Yeah, it's good.
We also played on Use Your Words.
We did.
We had a good time with that. We had some
That was
funny.
funny.
We had a fun time. So that's kind of the Switch is good for some of those like
What
quick
was
multiplayer games.
what was the main thing that came out of the word game, Tim?
It was
that
just
everyone just used?
it was just mainly making fun of me.
It was.
That's what it turned into. It's my birthday and I'm getting abused. I'm already sad because I've just got a year older.
And it was just so funny.
But they invented a new Pokemon, and so instead of Jigglypuff, it was Timothy Puff.
It was.
And I've got my brother to thank for that one.
Yep.
Thank you very much. So that was good
used
though.
it
We enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Jodie, I feel like we need to make a second section out of this, but we can't because then we'd have too many sections. But this is what have we been buying this week? So just before the show, we actually were out on a little shopping spree, weren't we?
Yeah, I find it very dangerous when we go to town on our own.
Definitely. So I see what I'll do a couple of my bits,
Okay.
and then you do your bits,
Okay.
and then I'll come back to I have
Okay.
a few other little bits. So we're kind of going to show you although we bought some little random things that we thought would be fun to share. So my first bit, and you're going to be like, "What, Tim?" My first thing, I bought this. So you might be thinking, Tim, what the heck is that? This lights up, and this is the artwork from the original Super Mario World. Absolutely incredible game. So I actually have a Super Metroid one of these, and it's awesome. So I'm actually going to put the batteries in now, because you're going to see the magic.
He's not even let me see it light up. That's how much he's kept it covered
So
up
this
since
is
we got back.
where the batteries fail me now. I cry. So this can be fixed to your wall, and it looks awesome. Okay, so there we go. Oh, you see the light through the hole. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, Jodie. You can't see very much because of the light. I tell you what. All right, I'm gonna switch the light off so you can see. I'm very excited about this. Look at Jodie modelling that wonderfully. Here we go. I'm gonna switch the light in 3, 2, 1.
Did it show up even more?
It does, but it looks rubbish. That's okay. Look, let me grab this.
I feel it'll pick up.
Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. I promise you this looks 10 times better in person than it does right now. But that's okay. It doesn't end there. And I'm not even talking about the other stuff that I bought because, Jodie, one of the best things about this, right, is it's touch sensitive. So if I want to switch it off,
Oh, no.
You're watching this, you just go, no, stop. There we go. You see that? Look at that. So if you want to turn it off, you just give it a little tap. And it turns on. So you're thinking, Jodie's thinking, why? What's the point? Because if you have this fixed to the wall, you don't want to be going around the back trying to fiddle with a power button.
I just never turn it on.
I don't know how to respond to that. And second thing I got this week. So you know I'm a massive Amiibo fan. And I am so close to getting every single
did you get?
So I have every Amiibo I can get in my country, which is the UK right now.
Yes, we know.
Plus, I've got a few Japanese ones. But if I want to get every Amiibo in the world, there are 4 Amiibo I need. I need Silver Mario, I need Gold Mario, I need Gold Mega Man, and I need Box Boy.
Okay.
All have to be imported from either America or Japan.
Okay.
But Tim this week, we got Silver Mario. Look at that. Look at that looks. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look how metallic it is. It even got the Mario logo on the top. Are you serious, Jodie? Are we serious right now? Right in front of us. We've got a Silver Mario. I'm out of breath because I'm so excited. Careful while you're handling that. So, some of you amongst you are thinking, Tim, but you haven't kept it in the box.
That is a question.
And I bought it in the box. So you think some of
not in
you
the
amiibo collectors out there are probably crying right now thinking, Tim, why would you take it out of the box? Because I have a Mario display and it looks awesome on the Mario display. But I didn't want to stop there because I've got a good boxed collection. Just up there, Jodie, you can see, can't you? You can't, but we did say we will do an amiibo video. And maybe I'll do it once I got them all. But
that will never end.
But I wanted a boxed version as well. Because I wanted to go there, so I did purchase a box version, and it's currently on the way to me right now.
So basically, you bought two.
Yes, it was a really difficult decision because I was holding it, but I was thinking how good it would look up there, so I did it. I pulled it out, and then I bought another one. So there he is in all of his glory, and I'm so happy about it. I love it. So all I need now. Oh wait. And I do want to confirm, and we will do a kind of unboxing because I'm not going to take this one out of the box. But I did buy a Box Boy from Japan, and that is currently on the way.
And you didn't import two of them? Why didn't you do that?
I don't know, actually. No, to be fair, you have to buy it. Well, generally you buy it with the game, and you can't even play the game. So I didn't want to buy two of them. So I'm just going to keep it in the box. I was just going to stay in the box. It's all good. I want to point out, I'm not really one of these people that keep stuff in the packaging, but I actually really like the artwork behind a lot of the amiibo, and I've actually unboxed almost all of my amiibo. There's just a few that I just need to do. So anyway, we've got a Silver Mario there. Jodie, would you like to proceed with some of your goodies?
Yeah.
So Jodie, you've joined the world of collecting, haven't you?
Yeah. I have put this off for so long. I'm not even lying. Like, full on put this off for so long. So I went out and I bought...
Oh my gosh.
A pot figure.
Oh my.
So, and the great thing about this is Tim. You go, oh, Jodie, it's Lightning McQueen from Cars, yeah? And you think, oh, that looks boss.
That does look good. Does it move? No.
No. And he looks boss and he looks really creative. And I was thinking, this is the beginning.
This is
of
the
a
beginning.
lifetime.
It looks pretty
collection.
cool, to be fair, though.
It does look cool. I'm just going to put that on there because I can't bother with the box. But it doesn't finish there.
Right.
It doesn't finish there because I bought another one. And you're probably thinking, Jodie, that's the same box, same packaging.
It's a silver version! It's a silver version! Mario can get in the car and go for a drive!
So,
it's the same!
It's exactly the same.
But it's different colours. And you know what? That's the sign of a real collector.
Because I thought today, when I was looking around, and I was saying this to Tim, because it took me about 20 minutes, about 10 minutes to figure out which one I wanted. And I found a Simba one. And I was really happy with myself. And I was like, I've done it. I'm going to get... Actually, I wanted the Rafiki one. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, I
couldn't find one anywhere. And I was like, do I buy this Simba one? And then I thought, no, I'm not going to buy it because it's too dear. I'm not doing it. It's just stupid. So I looked around and then Tim pulled that one off the shelf and then he showed me the other one and I just went...
Which one do you want?
Which one do you want? And I went, I want both. Because they were the same price as the Simba one. So I was like, might as well get both. Why me?
I don't blame you.
Just saying. That you might
I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, Jodie, I'm so proud of you. This is a good day. Not only did she buy her first one, which means that she's going to get every single one. I doubt you will, because they're like 300 and 400 probably.
Yeah, I think, what number are they? Like 2 something. They're number 282.
So there's many
and they're
hundreds.
both 282.
Yeah.
It's not like they're 283.
But then the fact that she got a second colour is just the best thing ever. That makes me so happy. They do look good though.
They do look good.
I have to say they do look good. And I'm not like a massive fan personally of the pop figure style. That's why I'm not with it. My wife is very happy that I'm not into this style. Maybe one day I will do, which will make everybody sad. Maybe we've got a bigger office and we need to we'll share the maybe not.
We can have one room full of your amiibo stuff and we can just have another room full of pop figures.
We could do. But I like the sort of like ones that aren't humans. I like the vehicles, like the BB-8 droid was pretty cool. That you can get a watcher from Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, I think they look really cool. So I generally like this sort of one. It's just the human ones I'm not really into. But it looks really cool.
It looks
There's a little petrol tank on the side there as well.
They have proper put the details in, haven't they?
It's good. It's no Silver Mario, but I mean, look at this. Is that not the American dream right there? That's not. Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay.
You're a weirdo.
Don't be scared. Okay, so I've got a couple of other things, and we're actually going to do a little bit of an unboxing.
Oh, very nice.
So I've got two things here. I'm going to put this here first. So first off, I thought I wanted to pick up something random that we could, that was like a mystery thing. And we did a mystery unboxing back before Christmas, which we happened to lose the footage of. Well, we got the footage, but we don't have the audio.
Yeah.
But we're going to cut that in now. But it was a Rocket League pullback car. So we're going to put that on now so you can kind of enjoy it because it was amazing, so much fun. So put it on now. Okay, welcome back. And so this is a Mario Kart backpack buddies. So I don't know if it actually moves, but it's quite big and it's $2.99. You can see, it says right there, brand new. So I'll tell you what, Jodie, I'm going to let you do the honors on this one, and I'll take the other thing out. There you go. So wait, I know you're excited. So you can get a Mario, a Luigi, a Peach, a Wario, a Donkey Kong, a Toad, a Yoshi, or a Bowser. Now, we're going to go for what are we looking for, Jodie? I 100% don't want the Princess Peach one.
I want a Yoshi.
Do not pull a Princess Peach one. These are what we want. Either Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, or Bowser.
I want Yoshi.
That's what we want. Now, ultimate is Luigi. If we get Luigi, we're on to a winner. Second place, we're looking for a Bowser. I think Bowser just looks awesome in figurines, it does. So we'll see. But if you pull a Peach... Oh, Jodie.
So what do you think it's going to be before we open it?
A Wario. That's my prediction. Here we go.
Are you ready?
Don't give me that look, Jodie. What does that mean? It's in a white box. Doesn't know what it is. What is it? What is it? No way!
So Wario.
I guessed it right! How did it... I can't believe I got that right.
A Wario.
So, that actually looks really cool. I mean, why do they have to put a keychain on everything?
I don't know.
This is right. Take it off. If anybody would put that on the keys, I'm sorry, you're ridiculous. Look at the state of how big that is. Like, to me, pop that off. Can you pull it off? Right, I'm gonna try and pull that off later. But that actually looks pretty good, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Does it pull back? No. So it does. The wheels, we can confirm. Just scooch them to the side a little bit. I can confirm it does roll. You know what? There's a bit of damage there.
Take it back.
But it does move. So Jodie, do you think that is worth the $2.99? The Jodie test.
No. No, actually, it's quite good for $2.99, but I would prefer it as $1.99.
Okay.
Yeah. It is.
So
good.
I mean, for what it is, I've got to say, like, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think actually these sort of things actually go for more. I just wish it didn't have a keychain. I'm actually asking for less, Nintendo. Take off the keychain, and we live in the dream. I'll snap that off later. Maybe I'll do this on a giveaway. I don't really want it. So there you go. That was pretty cool. And then finally, I picked this up, which is the Axiom Verge Multiverse Edition. So I've been trying to get this cheap for a while. This is the cheapest I saw it. I do actually already have this game downloaded, which Jodie judged me for in the shop. But I wanted the extras in it, and I'm just going to sell off the game cartridge, I think. But
that's what I judged him for.
So this is a Metroidvania games. This is very much based on Metro. It's kind of a rip-off of Metroid, but it's really good. And it was an indie game back in the day. So I'm going to actually unbox this for the first time. I'm very excited. Okay. So this the reason I downloaded it first is because it came out in the Nintendo store ages ago. And this actually released not that long ago. You know what I mean? So they released a physical version later on.
Okay.
So first you get the kind of nice thicker box. It's got... Oh, I hate it when they do that. So the box, it's the actual like back of it and stuff is actually like stuck on. Why do they do that? Why can't it just be printed on the box? It's the same on the front.
It's rubbish.
It's a little bit upsetting, but there you go. So let's open up this. Ooh, this is exciting, isn't it, Jodie?
Very exciting, Tim.
All right, so we open this up. Our first items, we get an Axiom Verge poster.
Very nice.
There you go. And then on the back, you actually get a map. Handy.
New smell coming out of the box at the same time.
Oh, it's nothing better than new game smell. Amazing. Then we get a cool little art book. So let's have a little flick through this. This is actually pretty cool. So it's got some like concept art for enemies, and it's got some like locations and stuff. And it's actually got some writing on it, which I appreciate. So a little bit of commentary through the art book, but I'll have a bit of a flick through that later. But that's pretty nice. Cool. And the cool thing about this is it's pretty much the same price as, well, it's like it's 30 quid. You know what I mean? That's good for a special edition. Next we have got the original soundtrack, which, to be honest with you, I'm going to take this out. It's actually got a seal on the soundtrack. I'm going to leave that in there.
Extra value.
We'll think about it. I think about it. I actually have all of my soundtracks on the store. Then we've got the making of documentary. This is what I was kind of interested in, but it actually has a 25 minutes and 54-second documentary. It's got Tom Happ interview, which is 1 hour and 54 minutes. That's quite the interview. It's got a Tom Happ and Dan Adelman play Axiom Verge. So it's got a let's play on this, which is pretty cool. And then it's got a speed run with commentary, 37 minutes. So I think that's actually like, to me, that I'm actually really interested in a lot of this stuff, like how the game was made and all this stuff. I'm actually going to open this because I will be watching it. Midnight Movies, hey?
There you go.
There's the disc. The disc got some nice stuff on that. And it is a Blu-ray as well.
Very nice.
So that's some top quality there. And then finally, I think this is the last thing. You get loads of little bits in this. I'm really impressed. We've got the game itself.
Nice.
So I am going to open this because I'm just going to be getting rid of the cartridge. But open it up. So there is the front. It's got some lovely artwork and then some information on the back of the game. Now, Jodie, with the Switch games, does it have artwork on the inside of the box? Prediction.
No.
I'm going to go with yes because I have hope. I have dreams, Jodie.
Actually, I think there is, but I'll go with no anyway.
Oh, it does. Look at that.
Very nice.
There you go. It's got some artwork on the inside. And then you have a cartridge. So I would say if you want to play Axiom Verge but you don't want any of this stuff, like you can buy just the physical copy on its own. Download it. It's like I think it's like 500 megabytes or something. You may as well just put it on your system, to be perfectly honest. But if you want the extra stuff, I think it's well worth it. I actually think like without the game, I think the extra stuff's worth 8 quid.
Nice.
I'm that controversial, Jodie. And on that controversial note, we're going to go back to what we've been playing this week. What have I been playing this week,
What
though?
have you been playing?
So I did something terrible.
What'd you do?
I got a confession.
What'd you do? Oh dear.
I played FIFA on the Switch.
No.
So
The man that said he'd never play FIFA.
I never said I'd never play.
No, that's why it changed it
But-
when you hated FIFA.
So I'm not a massive fan of FIFA. I've probably played it at least once on most consoles. But I'm just not a massive fan. It's generally just the same thing all the time. But I really wanted to try it on the Switch because I think it was a big deal. And I found it really cheap. So I gave it a go.
Okay.
And I was pleasantly surprised. I thought, I mean, this is coming from somebody who's not like die hard into FIFA. So I've played it on the Switch handheld for a bit, and I thought it was quite fun to some degree. I was still not that into football.
I'm quite
But then I
surprised.
also played it with one of my mates in work as well on my Ojo projector.
Oh.
We put it up. I know he's like mad into FIFA, so we put it up. We played it there, and it was actually a good experience to do that.
Nice.
And it was fun.
Nice.
So I'm like, if you're not like a hardcore FIFA fan, but you kind of like the casual little game, then it's kind of perfect for that. So
Sweet.
that was cool. I played a bit of Bayonetta 2. So last week I sort of reviewed Bayonetta 1, and you can, if you want to go back and check that we did a short review in that show last week. Why are you laughing?
We say short.
Yeah,
When Tim explains
okay,
it.
I tried to explain it. But later on in the show, I'll be giving I'd say first impressions. I've not played near enough to give a full sort of review, but I'm just going to tell you a little short review of that later. I actually jumped into a little bit of Fortnite, so finally.
I've been begging him for weeks to play this game.
She did, so just to give a little bit of context, I actually bought the super mega ultra.
You did.
What? Dope pack.
Yeah.
So you can buy like early access pass things, can't you? And I got the one that basically gave you everything, and then also gave you 2 standard edition copies of games. So I gave one to you. I gave one to Mike out of the goodness of my heart.
You did.
We had a good time on that a while back, didn't we? But I hadn't really got that much into the battle royale because I played it once and I wasn't that into it. But I played a bit more, enjoyed it. And again, we're going to do a short review of that later as well. I know it's been out for ages, but Jodie's been playing it a lot more than I have. I thought it'd be good. I know it's like a massive deal at the moment, so I thought it'd be good to give our little first impressions of that as well. And then I also played a little bit of Payday 2, and we're going to be talking about that later as well. So it's a lot to talk about later.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been good. It's been a good week.
Sweet.
Enjoyed myself, and I'm ready. I'm looking forward to more weeks of gaming now, because this March is actually quite slow. Usually March is a really busy month, but it's actually quite slow, so I'm looking forward to catching up on some of the other games I've not been able to play as much.
Nice.
But that's been it. It's good.
Cool.
I will find the name of that game that we played last night, and I will bring it up probably in the next section, because I think it's worth it, because you need to play it. It's hilarious. See you soon. And now it's time for section 3, which is the news.
It's time for some news, yeah. It's time for some news.
Welcome back to section 3, which is the news. So we have 7 stories to share.
7.
7, taking you
It's always
through
a good
the week
number.
It is always a good number. So we got some interesting ones on here. So let's start off with number 1. PlayStation Plus this month. If you don't know, PlayStation Plus is PlayStation's online service. You pay for it monthly, or you can pay for it all in 1 year. Why are you laughing? What did you do on the camera before?
No, I'm laughing at the joke I was going to tell you.
Right. So this month, you get free games every month. And this month's games are awesome. So you get Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank. I am a massive fan of Bloodborne. Absolutely love it. It is an 18. So, I mean, I wonder how that works. Because I'm like, it's an 18. Does it let you download it before that? Like, so that's an interesting one anyway. It's definitely an 18, so do not play it if you're under 18. But you also get Ratchet and Clank, which is an amazing, absolutely amazing of that's I'd recommend to everybody. Like, absolutely everybody. It's such a good game. It's one of PlayStation 4's best games. So that's really cool. So get on PlayStation Plus if you've not got it already. I don't know why you wouldn't. It's just such a good deal. Like, in general, the 40 quid and you get, I don't know how many games, just ridiculous amount of games for free every month. Number 2, PlayStation Plus, though, on the flip side, is cutting PS3 games and PS Vita games out of the list. So at the moment, you get PS3 games, you get PS Vita games, and you get PlayStation 4 games, and they're going to be taking away the PS3 games and the PS Vita games.
Why?
I guess because the PS3 is like 12 years old now.
So
it's like they've been giving away games free for ages on that, and it's kind of like, all right, who's playing this now?
Me? I'm playing it.
Jodie, no, you're not.
I am.
Have you been getting the free games on PlayStation Plus?
I will have.
No, you haven't.
I have.
No, you haven't.
I have. I've just not had a chance to play any of them.
Exactly.
I download them
because
and
you're
then
too
just
busy
don't
having
play
the time of your life on that. So this is one of those things where it's like, it's sad that it's going because you feel like you're missing out on something, but really, like, who's using it? Sorry, guys. But if you are back there, I feel your pain, but sorry. Bye. Number 3, I can't believe this is news. This is how big this game's got, because this is news, apparently.
It's that big.
So Fortnite is getting jetpacks.
Yes.
And apparently that's newsworthy.
Yep. Because they had the launch pads that you could pick up as you're running around.
Right.
And by bringing in a jetpack, I think that's going to be a lot better. Because someone tries to shoot you, you just fly off, don't you? You know what I mean?
I guess
it's not
so.
hard. You got to put a launch pad down and you got to jump on
They
it.
don't have vehicles like in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, but they're going to have jetpacks. Okay.
it's
Okay.
good.
And on the flip side of that, again, there's always a bad side with these things. It's been delayed. The jetpacks have been delayed. Again, I can't believe that's something.
It's because they put a new town in, that's why.
So there you go, all of you Fortnite lovers. Jetpacks are coming, just not quite yet. Number 4, Kingdom Come Deliverance has sold over 1 million, which is really good for this studio. It's a brand new studio as well.
Yeah.
They've been working on it for a while, so really happy for them. But they have got a lot of backlash for being racist. So we're going to talk about this in our topic of the week. So basically, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a medieval game that is, but it's trying to be historically accurate.
Okay.
And I forget what country it's based in, but basically somebody commented saying like, what's the diversity like in this game? Like, are the black people in it? And the lead producer was kind of like, well, no, because it's historically accurate and there wasn't really black people knocking around this part of the world at this time, and people kicked off, and apparently they're racist for that. So we're going to talk about that more in the topic of the week. I think it's an interesting.
It's a big topic to look at.
I think it's a really interesting thing to look at, because I think it kind of shows where we're at in society and in gaming and this kind of world. But stick around for that. I think it's going to be a really interesting chat. Number 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, one of my favourite PlayStation games ever. Has sold 7.6 million copies in a year, which is really good for them.
They've just had the birthday, haven't they? That's why.
Yeah, it's the first year anniversary, and because it came out on my birthday.
Yeah,
That's how I knew.
And
it is the most successful new first-party franchise on PlayStation 4.
Well done.
Also, the makers of Killzone, which I like too.
I wasn't keen on Killzone.
And that is why you failed. Number 6. This is the most random news I've ever seen. There's a Sims 4 and Half-Life costume packs coming to Final Fantasy 15. Why?
Why are you insulting the Sims?
What even? Yeah, but what? This is well the other way around. 110% the other way around. But what does a Sims costume look like? They're just people. What's a Sims costume? But the thing that's confusing about all this, you have to pre-order them on different things to get the different ones. So if you want the Half-Life DLC, you have to pre-order it from Steam. I think if you want the Sims one, the Sims pack, you need to pre-order it from Origin. And then there's another bit of DLC that if you want that, you have to pre-order it from the Windows Store. And then there's more that's connected to those types as well. So I have no idea why they've done that. That's just a terrible model.
That's just stupid.
So it's like you have to, instead of going like, oh, I want it on this platform because that's the best for me, you have to go, oh, but if I want that costume, or if I want that weapon, or if I want this, I have to get it from somewhere really random. But there you go.
Step into EA's footprints. Anyway.
Absolutely bizarre. But there is a demo available, which I've just downloaded. I'm ready to play straight after this show. There's a demo on the PC on all the platforms in terms of Origin, Steam, and Windows Store. So you can try out Final Fantasy 15 to make sure it runs well on your computer and everything. So I'm excited to see that. It's supposed to be amazing in 4K, so that's what I am ready to test out, see if it works. And then finally, number 7, and I think this is going to excite you, Jodie. I think this is going to get you very excited. Activision, who they published the Crash Bandicoot collection and Sane trilogy, they plan on releasing more remasters, which is just giving everybody, I mean, I don't see how it's not, but like, everybody was already, there was a lot of rumours flying around about a possible Spyro trilogy remaster, and to me, like, how does this not confirm it? Because I can't even think of many Activision games that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a remaster of that, other than Spyro.
I know, it's the only game I think that needs it.
So, I mean, that's exciting for me. That is very exciting for me.
Very exciting. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'll be there on release date. And
that's actually just reminded me. So I pre-ordered. I kind of regret it now because it's massive. From First for Figures. First for Figures is a very high premium statue. They make really high quality premium statues. The company, and they're making a crazy spiral one. I've shown you pictures of it, haven't I? Like, it's absolutely massive, and I regret buying it because I have nowhere to put it.
To me too.
So I was actually supposed to get it this month. It's all been paid for months in advance, ready to go. And it just got delayed to Q2, which means it could be anything up to like June.
See, just in time for my birthday. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, right. You wish. So I mean, I definitely you can't buy it now. Like, it's sold out.
No.
But definitely go and check out the pictures. It's insane. Like Crash Bandicoot. And
yeah, we got it.
And on that note, we're going to be moving on to section 4, which is what is out this week.
Can someone tell me what's out this week? Hey-oh.
Okay, welcome back. It's time for section 4, which is what is out this week. I'm going to run through the most noteworthy games coming out this week, and then Jodie is going to tell you what you should buy. Okay, so number 1, we have got Bravo Team for PSVR. This was a game that was delayed a few months ago. So it's basically, it's not quite like this. It's just the easiest way to explain it. Think Call of Duty in VR. That's essentially what we're talking. And you know the PS4 aim controller, so it's the gun. It uses that. So that's kind of why it's exciting for people who bought that other game. I can't remember the name of right now, which I own. In fact, I can see it. I can see it. No, I can't. Oh, there we go. Got it. I can confirm the game was Farpoint. So yeah, for people who bought the aim controller with Farpoint, this is probably exciting for them. I've been waiting for another game, but I don't know how expensive it is because I'm not paying full price for this game because I don't have unlimited funds and it's not a game I would desperately want to play. But it kind of looks cool, and if you're into those kind of games, this is probably a no-brainer for you. And that's coming out on the 4th of March. Number 2, we've got Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition, which is coming to Origin, Steam, and Windows Store. And I can confirm that on the Windows Store, it does have Xbox Live achievements, so that's pretty cool. And that's coming out on the 6th of March. So again, all you PC gamers that have been waiting for that game, you totally got the best deal because you're getting all the DLC and more for a lower price than the actual game was in the first place.
Well done.
Yeah. So that's £35. That's £35. And that's coming out on the 6th. And then our third noteworthy title is Scribblenauts Showdown. So I don't know if you've heard of Scribblenauts. This is going to be one of those games that I'm going to try and explain, and it's probably not going to come out quite right. So Scribblenauts is basically, it's 2D, like it's generally kind of puzzle solving, but basically you can type almost anything in and that thing will appear. So if you write T-Rex, a T-Rex will appear. If you write, but then they went a step further and you can put like T-Rex wearing a girly hat, and a T-Rex will appear wearing a girly hat. You could put black hole. You could put Kitty riding a motorbike. You couldn't write Magikarp.
Why? You can write everything else.
Brand. Can't put brands in there. But I think there's Mario stuff in there before. But basically, you would generally try and solve puzzles. So let's say you'd be presented with like a tree with some honey in the top of the tree, and you'd have to work out a way to get that honey. So you might you can think really outside the box. So you could put like bear, and the bear would go up and like crawl up the tree and grab it for you. Or
Why
you
don't
could
you
put
just get a bee?
You could put what?
Why don't you just get a bee?
Because how's the bee gonna get honey for you?
It makes honey, so you wouldn't need to cut the tree.
You'd be waiting a long time for it to make the honey. You know what I mean? That's a very rubbish example, but you know what I mean? You come up with like creative solutions. Yeah, exactly. You come up with creative solutions of how to do it, and it is actually really good. But this is actually a party game. I don't fully know how it works, but I think it's kind of like you could go T-Rex, and then I've got to think of something up that would beat the T-Rex, and then you think up something that will. I'm making this game sound rubbish.
It does sound rubbish. But normally when you make games sound rubbish, they actually end up being quite good.
Okay, so the level of rubbishness of that explanation was off the charts, so this game's going to be amazing. But yeah, it's good. Scribble Knots in general is good. You can actually, there's an iPad game. Try it. I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
I think it's free? I don't know. It could be, but I don't think so. But Scribblenauts Showdown is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
So, Jodie, out of those three... So, as I did say, March is generally a really busy month as the companies try to get all the games in and get some extra money in before the financial earnings come out. Because that ends in April,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what
You know what I'm talking about. The financial year ends in April. No idea why.
Basically got to pay taxes.
So it's usually really busy, but this year is actually really slow. There's not a lot coming out in March this year. There is Totaku, which is an Amiibo ripoff. Has PlayStation characters. It has. We're getting off topic here. I'm too excited. I'm too excited.
Keep the topic.
So Jodie, out of those three, what do you recommend for those people who are desperate to buy a brand new game this month? This week, even?
Bravo team.
You're going for Bravo team? Okay, so what Jodie wants you to do, Jodie wants you to go out, buy a PlayStation VR with a PlayStation 4, with a PlayStation Move controller, or
Just because-
game controller, and then buy the game.
Just because it's VR. And VR's boss.
You're a VR believer now,
Oh,
aren't
I am. I love VR.
Sweet. My suggestion is definitely Final Fantasy 15. I absolutely love that game. And if you've not played it yet and you've got a pretty good PC, I recommend download that. And that is us for what is out this week. So without further ado, let's move on to section 5, which is Reviews of the Week.
Oh, it's time to get funky. The reviews of the week.
Okay, welcome back. It is time for Reviews of the Week. I am going to try and go light speed through these because we have got 4 games to review and I am not going to sit here for 10 hours reviewing them. No, I'm not, Jodie. I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to fly through these, okay? Number 1, we're going to talk Payday 2. So this came out on the Switch last week. It's obviously been on other consoles for quite a while. So, what are my general thoughts? Controls, I should probably explain what the game is first. So, generally, you're a bunch of robbers, and you go around doing bad things.
That's very Christian of us.
So, you're going to go in, you're going to be robbing banks, you're going to be robbing drugs, you're going to be...
A lot of money, though.
doing up...
Just saying. I'm joking.
Terrible.
I'm joking.
That's
Anyway.
terrible. So... it's you are going in with a team of 4 people. Most of the time you're online with other players. The problem with the Switch version is there's no chat, so you can't actually talk to other people, which is kind of key in these things. And generally, like, it controls well. I think if you have a good team, it can be more fun and things like that. Graphics are okay-ish. All right. Nothing to go crazy about. The issue that some people had was that, so you do get an exclusive character in the Switch version, and the mask that you have lights up and everything. It's boss.
Okay.
But it is a few updates behind the other one. So it's behind the PS4 and Xbox One game, and it's behind the PC game, which is ahead of the PS4 and Xbox One game. It's all very confusing, but it didn't really change that much, to be honest. And I don't think if you're new coming into this game, you've got loads of stuff to do anyway. So generally, a game score is going to get a 7 out of 10 from me. Morality-wise, there is nothing good about this game. Everything is terrible. You're going to be shooting policemen. You're going to be shooting other even the bit where you're like, oh, you're taking drugs away from bad people, yet to sell them to more people. So that's not great. There's a fair amount of swearing. You're taking hostages and then swapping them with the police for your own people and then shooting the police. You're robbing money from banks and all sorts. I can't really say that there's anything... You see, for me, with the morality score, generally we're like looking at all the bad stuff and going like, let's weigh up against the other bad stuff in a way. And this one I kind of have to measure it slightly different because there's nothing actually good in it. You're just actually not doing a single good thing in the game. You're just a terrible person.
When I first heard even the title, I was like, this is going to go one of 2 ways. It's either going to be the way that Tim's explained it, or you're literally like it's going to be another work job where like you go to work, you do your job, and you get paid at the end of it.
There's a no-win scenario.
And it was just like no way that this was going to turn out to be a good version of the game.
So yeah, I think it's a shame because the coordination and everything is really fun. But yeah, it's just there's just nothing I can't. Usually, I'll try and find at least something good in it, and I can pull that out. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, there's just nothing.
Not a single thing.
Like when I found that point out, when I was like, I'm taking drugs off other people, and then it's just bad times. So this is going to be the first time ever that I'm going to give a 0 out of 10. You see, that's the thing. I don't think it's like the worst game in the world. I don't think it is. I think there are worse games. But like I said, there's just nothing good about it in any shape or form. And you are just doing terrible things. And I even think like in the current climate, especially in like America and stuff, I think shooting police and stuff wouldn't be a great idea to put in a game. But it's there. So yes, this does get a 0 out of 10. And I can't really recommend it for anybody. But there you go. So there you go, you've got a 7 out of 10 game-wise and a 0 out of 10 for morality score. Interesting. And it is an 18. So as always, just don't. Just don't.
Leave it.
Just don't. On this one, just don't.
Just forget we even talked about it.
Number 2, we're going to be talking about Fortnite. So Jodie's going to be able to weigh in quite a bit here because she's played more than me. But I'm going to describe what the game is in case you don't know what it is. But I'm imagining that pretty much everybody knows what it is.
If you don't know what it is, where have you been for the last 3 months?
Yeah, so currently Fortnite is in early access at the moment. So it's not actually
the full game.
So it's split into 2 sections. The first section is Save the World, which is what you call PvE, which is players versus the enemies. So you can go up to 4 friends and you can go through each mission, and it's kind of like hordes of kind of zombies. But you can like build up your own like little forts and stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It is.
And then there's the second part, which is probably what most of you have played and what most people in general have played, which is Battle Royale, which is basically 100 people get flown into a really big map. You go around and scavenge, and you pick up like weapons and stuff, and then it's the last person standing basically. So I'll kind of give what I think about the game. You give about what you think about the game. So first of all, talking about the player versus, what's it called again? Save the World.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of just like, if that was just the game, I think it's very average. I think it's got so much potential and it's so up my alley. I love like building and then protecting and things like that. And especially with friends, I think that's really cool. But it's just so confusing. Like, there's just menus everywhere. There's so many things to track. I literally have no idea where I'm up to in progression. I'm now hitting llama pinatas, apparently getting stuff out of it. I don't know what any of the stuff is that's popping out because there's just so many different types of things. The character customization's really confusing. It's just everything's confusing. So then I'm going into missions and I don't know why I'm there. I don't really get why I'm suddenly not in my base anymore. It's all just very confusing. And I think it probably took us, it must have took us about an hour just to work out what we were going and what we were doing, didn't we? And I think by the end we did 2 missions and Mike was kind of like, I'm done, guys. Just going to bed. So in terms of that, I think it's got a lot of potential. They just really need to streamline it and refine it. But the actual gameplay and what you do is fun, isn't it? Because you've had to like pick up some sort of weird goo or something, but it just didn't really explain it, and it didn't really explain how you get it. Yeah, very confusing.
But you found all the goo.
I found it all, but
me and Mike are just running around like, what to do, what we're doing.
It's just very confusing. But then, Battle Royale is a little bit more simple, but again, it's even worse in that it literally doesn't explain anything to you.
No.
Doesn't explain anything. So you kind of just have to work it all out for yourself. And I literally went into one game, I had no clue what was going on, died, and I was like, I'm out. But then I went back on it a few days ago, and I enjoyed it a little bit more because I understood a bit more about the game. But it's just weird missions, like, why can't I choose my character?
I don't understand.
Like, it gives you a random character each time. Why? But then you can get customization pieces and stuff. But again, even they're confusing. I remember going on and I was like, okay, I bought the ultimate pack. Surely I get a bunch of stuff. Not in Battle Royale, you don't. You get absolutely nothing. And I didn't even really understand, like, you were paying for stuff but not paying for stuff, and you were buying, like, a season thing. I mean, some of you who've been playing it for ages probably do get all this, and you're probably like, how do you not understand this? But, like, to me, I think it's good to get my perspective in that I'm a brand new player, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. You know what I mean? I have no idea what's going on.
No, it doesn't.
So let's talk about actual gameplay. I think the gameplay is good. I think the graphics are good. That's one thing that I don't really like about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I think the graphics are shocking. But on this, it actually looks really good. I like it's really unique and got good art style and everything. Gameplay, like how it handles, is really good. The weapons are really fun. Again, menus are quite confusing when you're swapping out weapons and stuff. And I've died a couple of times just straight up because the user interface just didn't make sense. And I still don't fully know how I feel about this genre, because on one hand it's really fun and it's kind of cool to have 100 people and all this stuff, but then at the same time it's not fun. I mean, this hasn't even really happened to me that often, but like, it's not fun jumping down and getting killed immediately and then getting kicked to a menu and then starting again.
Yeah.
And waiting for it all to load back in and then do it again and again. It is a lot better in groups, I think. And it's the same with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So really, in general, for me, in terms of a score, I think it gets a 6 out of 10. And some of you guys are having heart attacks right now. But I mean, I'm looking at it in terms of like actual other games, not just like, you can have fun with a game, but it doesn't make it an actual really good game. You have fun with Candy Crush, with Cooking Craze. That doesn't make it an amazing game. So yeah, I think in terms of just it all, and we've got to remember it's in early access, so it's going to improve.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So it gets a 6 out of 10. In terms of morality score, it's just very cartoonish. I don't think the zombies even look like anything. And there's not really blood or violence. It's quite a good rounded game for a lot of people. Violent wise, again, I don't even think it's that crazy violent. Even though you're killing people, they kind of just, when they die, you shoot them, they kind of just hit the floor and then disappear, don't they?
They go into like a machine, don't they?
Yeah, so, I mean, for me, morality-wise, I think it's actually just more comical. I'd put it more in the cartoon spectrum of things. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 on the morality side.
Nice.
So, Jodie, what do you think? What's your overview?
I love the Battle Royale stuff side of it. Absolutely love it. I think it's the best thing that I've played in a long time.
Okay.
Because I played Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is rubbish on the multiplayer. And now Call of Duty fans are like, gonna give me hate in the comments, but I don't care, because
there's none left, Jodie. You're fine. There's no Call of Duty fans left.
So at the end of it all, like, I think it's good for kids, this one, because it is that enjoyable.
I don't know what age limit this is, by the way.
I think it's like 7+.
There's no way it's 7+.
It might be a little bit better. A little bit older. But anyway, but what I find is that when I play Save the World, I just find it really boring, because I'm like, all right, the zombies have come from the north. Now they're going to come from the east, and then they're going to... And the thing is, it happens, and that's what happens.
Yeah,
so it's quite easy to read what's going to happen in that game. But when you get put into the player versus player, when you get put into that, it's like, it's every man for themselves, and it's quite good. And I did exactly the same thing as you when I first started. I was like, I'm going to go to like the main places that everyone's going to, and you just got killed like straight away. It was like unbelievable, because you just don't know what you're doing, of course. But then I learnt very quick to hide. So I would land in a very place, and no one who ever plays with me, please don't follow me, because I don't want to get killed straight away. But anyway, so now I land in a certain place. I'm not going to give the name away, because everyone will do it. I land in a certain place. And what I'll do is I'll run round, I'll grab everything that I can, and there's always something in this certain place. And then from there, I will run over to like another bit that's got a bit more stuff, and I'll get some boss stuff out of that. I might get a full shield if I'm lucky within the first like 5 minutes of the game. And then I'll go and hit like the main guns and like try to take someone out. And then when I'm like, I'm going to die, I'm out of there. And I'll go hide in bushes and all sorts. And I think the closest I came was in a team game and I came second. And I was the last one alive.
Nice.
And that's because the other team built like a set of stairs and they covered it on each side. And I was like, I'm set up. So I just hid under the stairs and I sat under the stairs. And literally, I've got the game footage of this. I literally sat under the stairs and I'm just sat there waiting. And I had a rocket launcher. And the guy, I wasn't looking to my right, and the guy came from the right and he just shot me and killed me. I was so gutted, and my team would have won. But yeah, it is a really interesting game when you play with others. Like, really interesting. But then I hate it when you get put with random people and then they kill you because you're not in the squad.
Or they just kill you because they want this stuff. They want your stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind. Once they built like this massive stairway going up, like up to the circle at the top. Mm. And so I was like, all right, I'll play in your game and I'll follow you. They all jumped down and they shot the bottom and killed me. I was like, it was disgraceful. So I hate it when it's like team killing team, because I'm just like,
oh no, it just ruins
it just ruins it. But apart from that, like normally I come like 6th place most times if I'm lucky.
All right.
Get 1 or 2 shots. I'm quite happy with that. So I don't mind.
Cool.
I don't mind losing.
So what kind of a score would you be looking at in your opinion then?
I think game wise, I would say I'll probably give it a 7. Yeah, 7.
You go for
Graphics
7.
are
It's a
alright,
little bit more above what I...
Yeah, and then the other one I'd probably give it 6, 7. Yeah, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I just like it because it's not like guts everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what I like.
I think that's fun about it. It's trying to just be fun, isn't it? And that's why it's like there's some like ridiculous weapons and crazy things happening, but it's kind of the fun in it. I think that's why, and people like it obviously because it's free and it's kind of a lot of fun, can't you?
Yeah.
Cool. So our final review, I did actually find out what that game was called, and guess what, Jodie? I forgot what it's called again. So I'm just gonna...
You did, because you sent it to me in the break.
I know. So I'm going to just pick up my Switch to confirm. The game that we were talking about at the start was called Astro Duel Deluxe, and I cannot recommend this game enough. Everybody should buy it. It's really cheap and it's just so fun. If you ever played a game called Towerfall Ascension, this kind of I don't know if this kind of started this genre, but it's like really quick matches and it's like the first to get like 10 kills or something. There's like no blood or anything like that. It's all like pixelated. It's just so fun, isn't it? And we had hours of fun. So basically the gist is you get put in like a little arena, 2D. You have like little triangle ships like in Asteroids. And some of the older ones among you will know what Asteroids is. You younger ones probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, you have one button which is your thruster for your ship, and then you just direct your ship with the stick. Some people don't get that and they just end up going around in circles. But basically, you'll try and shoot a ship, and then your little person will come out, and then you've got to try and hit them as well. Which sounds horrendous, but it's all pixelated and stuff, so you don't see anything. But it was such a laugh, and it's like the matches last like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And there's like power-ups and all sorts, and it's just hilarious when you get into that. So you get like proximity mines and all sorts. Oh, it's just amazing. And I'm not going to go into like scores and stuff. I think it's pointless because it's not like morality-wise. Again, it's like completely fine for everybody, I think. And gameplay-wise, it's just really fun. To me, this just gets a Timmy recommendation of purchase. Everybody needs to buy this game, and everyone needs to play it with their friends because it's just such a good time, isn't it? Yeah, finally, we've got Bayonetta 2, and this is kind of just really quick first impressions. I'm not going to go into big details, Barry, not like the last time, because we'll be here all day. I just kind of wanted to give you a quick update. So Bayonetta 2 comes in the package with Bayonetta as well. If you get it on Switch, or you can download it separately. And if you want to know more about Bayonetta, I just recommend you go and watch the last show, and you can get my impressions about that. This is kind of just going to build off that.
Because I really don't want to go through it.
So I'd say like we talked a lot about the sexualization of the character and everything. That's still there, but it's not as bad. I'm happy to confirm it's not quite as bad.
Okay.
I'm really happy to kind of report that like I was saying, the game in Bayonetta 1, it kind of feels like it grows up throughout the game, and I feel like that continues into the second one, which is really good. It's still just as crazy, right? Like the second thing really you do on the game is you have a massive battle on the back of a jet while it's flying around a city. And the ridiculousness continues, but it's fun. And I want to confirm as well, her main costume has she's more covered up. It's exactly the same costume, but she's got a front bit now, which is great.
Okay.
I'm all for covering up. So the back of the dress still has a bit of an open bit. Some people wear backless dresses, and
It's true.
I'm not here to talk about fashion, but I'm here to say
Just look at his
I'm here to say
sense.
that even the character design, they've improved on the. Okay. It's not as bad. It's still there, but it's not as bad. And then I'd say everything else that we said in the last review kind of still stands. I think this game is better. I think they improved on the formula. I think it is more fun. I think the story has a little bit more weight to it as well. And yeah, everything. I just feel like everything kind of improved as well. So I can't remember what score I gave it last time. But
very low.
I think in terms of the game score.
Oh, if I
So in terms of the game score, this is going to get a 9 out of 10. It is really good. There's just no getting around it. It's just a really good game. This is first impressions, by the way, so I've only played like the first couple of hours. And then in terms of a morality score, again, I think it was quite low last time. I think we were talking like a 3 or a 4. I am going to give this a 5 out of 10. I still recommend, my tip last time was to put one of the other costumes on, like the Samus costume or the Link costume. I still stands. If you do that, it will bring it. It makes it better. But all this stuff still kind of stands. But it's just everything's kind of improved. So I definitely, if you want to play one of them, like really want to play them really bad, I'd recommend Bayonetta 2 over it. You won't quite understand what's going. I mean, to be fair, at the start of it, you won't have a clue what's going on if you don't play the first one. But Bayonetta 2, I think, is significantly better. That was quick, wasn't it? I did well.
It was quick, well done.
I did well. Okay, so without further ado, we hope you've enjoyed that, and it's time for our final section, which is section 6, which is Topic of the Week.
Topic of the week.
Okay, welcome back. It's time for section 6, which is Topic of the Week. And our topic is based around our story before, which was about Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah.
So the topic today is racism in games, what counts? So it's a bit of an odd title, but it's kind of like what counts as racism. So I kind of want to go a little bit more into this Kingdom Come Deliverance story. And then we'll kind of have a discussion off the back of that, yeah?
Okay.
So as I said before, Kingdom Come Deliverance, it's trying to be a historically accurate medieval sort of first-person sort of simulation game. It's kind of like, I'd say it's like Skyrim, but without all the mythical stuff and without all of the magic and all that. It's very much like realistic. It's trying to be.
That's good.
So basically, this game got a lot of stick because the director got asked, basically, does it have black people in it? And he said no, because it's historically accurate. And around these times, it'd be very rare to see a black person in these parts.
It's true.
So then he got a lot of stick for it about diversity and stuff. And I kind of bring this up because it's not even just that, like, oh, it must be that bad because someone brought it up. I want to point out that, like, Mario Odyssey got stick for being racist because Mario went in a poncho. Like, that happened. Apparently, that game was racist because Mario was in a poncho, and the level he gets the poncho from looks like Mexico. And I say looks like Mexico because I'm like, it's Mario. It's ridiculous.
Just kind of over.
So basically, it then got a bit out of control, and then the games media got involved, and there was some like outlets of game news and all sorts who then jumped on the bandwagon and was going insane. There's actually, again, Colin Moriarty does a really good, he's done a really good video on all of this, and he goes into the research of it and shows like some of the absolutely outrageous things that happen. So like, there's literally media outlets that were just saying like, we're not going to cover this game at all, which is just like ridiculous. And then there was even some reviews from like well sort of established games journalists and stuff, and they were literally like 4 paragraphs of their review was to do with the fact that it has no black people in it. Just like ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But I definitely recommend, if you want to know more about this specific story, I'll put a link in the description. I definitely check out his video because I think it's really informative. But it's just this like, what counts as racism now in games? Because I'm like, to me, this is totally ridiculous. Like, if I'm trying, you wouldn't go into a museum and go, "Where's the black people?" Would you?
No.
You'd be like, "Okay, here's the history of this place." You know what I mean? Of course, if there was a heavy presence of black people in that period of time and they didn't put black people in it, that's a different story. But that's not what's happening here, is it? So I'm just like, to me, like my first impression was, why aren't people complaining about there being Chinese people in this? Why aren't the people complaining that there's not Australian people in it, or American people in it, or, you know, people like Indian people in it? You know what I mean? Like, why is it just black people that people seem to have an issue with? And I want to point out, I'm not racist at all, and if we get put down as racist for this, I don't know what else to say. But I just kind of feel like we've got to this point in time in our sort of society now where it's just like, it's just beyond ridiculous. And I'm all for like games embracing other cultures. And, you know, one that again got stick was Horizon Zero Dawn for not having enough diversity yet. I've not seen a game that's more diverse than that, to be honest. Like, it literally had people, like, in terms of, like, again, you're totally basing it off the looks, but people from all different cultures and all sorts, like, really diverse. And even that got stick for not having, I think they got stick for being racist towards Native Americans. And I want to point out, this is set in the future with robotic dinosaurs.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I know. But
what is the world coming to?
Exactly. But so that's kind of my sort of question here. So it's kind of like, what counts as, because we're not saying that racism doesn't exist, but what counts as racism? Like, what would you, if something happened in game, what would be like, okay, that's racist and that's not? Do you have any first impressions? It's a big topic and a difficult one.
You could go anywhere with this topic, couldn't you, really?
You really could.
I don't know. I think if you're purposely out to make someone to be equaled out of the situation, of the game, singled out, then I'd say that was racist. Like, well off. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, in our culture now, like, I hang about with a lot of Nigerians, and it was quite funny actually, because we were talking about racism in the UK in general, and we were laughing and we were saying, oh well, he actually said, he went, well, the thing is, you guys say this is racist, but when did you ask us? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's true though. I was like, he's like, basically, a load of white people sat in a room and went, they'd find this offensive.
Yeah, they decided for.
Yeah, and it was like, well, when did you actually ask us? And I was like, I didn't think about it like that. Like, I just didn't think. And it just shows that then we're taking it so much deeper. Like, just looking at this game that's historically like incorrect line. It's just one of them. They're just out to pick out little bits because they're like, oh, this game could be a really good seller, and they're like, pick out little bits to try and bring that down for the other competitors. And I think that's more of what this reasoning for this game is. I think that's why they're really doing it, is to bring it down so the other competitors can come in, really. Yeah.
I think, like, there are some, I mean, one thing I think about that actually, I never even thought about being racist, and then actually, one of my friends that happens to be black, which to me doesn't really mean anything, but I saw they actually put on Facebook a while back. So there was a game that came out on the Switch right near the start of the Switch's life cycle, and it was Ultra Street Fighter 2: The Final Challenges. And basically, one of the big things about this game was they added 2 extra characters.
Okay.
It's a joke that they counted them as new characters because they basically changed the colour of the characters and then gave them 1 extra move, which meant nothing. But so these 2 characters were called Violent Ken and Evil Ryu. Now, I literally didn't think anything of it until I saw that there was just an article on this. And I didn't even realize, but like, the only difference between normal Ken and violent Ken and evil Ryu and normal Ryu is that the normal versions are white, and to be fair, they did just make them black. So basically, the black versions of the characters was evil and violent, and I did think like that's one of those things where even if the developer didn't intend that, that kind of is racist because you're basically, in a way, you're basically just going like, we're going to make these characters black and then call them evil and violent. So that, to me, like, that's a perfect example of, like, even if it's a mistake on the developer's part, that is racist. Like, it is, like, it's just dodgy. You know what I mean? And even if that's not the intention, it's just a really silly thing to do.
Yeah.
And then, to be fair, even, like, one of the other bad guys in the game, again, is black. You know what I mean? It's just not a smart thing to do. But in this scenario, I'm just like, it's not like the developers have intentionally gone, we're going to be racist, we're going to take black people out of it, because like if black people weren't in that period of time, it's not. And I think that somebody who was trying to respond to him, they picked out all these pictures or something that was like, look, in this period of history there was black people, here's a picture of it, like a painting or something. The problem was the period of time or something was like 2,000 years off. You know what I mean? So it's just like I feel like people are just finding any reason to be like, this is racist.
No, definitely.
This is that. This is the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, when does it kind of stop? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think this is a really good start of a conversation, and I think this will definitely come up more because it's coming up all the time. It seems like the first thing that comes out with the game now is like, is it diverse? Is it not? Don't count it. You know what I mean? But I think that's it. I think people need to understand, in my opinion, like what's the intention behind what's happening.
Yeah.
So if we're trying to be historically accurate, like, I mean, and it's not just like using the word historically accurate just to make it okay. Like, the events that happen in this game are supposed to be historically accurate. The setting, everything about it. They even hired, right, this is the crazy thing, they actually hired historians to check over the game, like every aspect of the game, to make sure it was historically accurate. So it's not just like a bunch of people like, we're gonna make up our version of what history is. Like, they've got people who know their stuff and are checking over every portion of this game. And if that didn't flag up with them, I mean, what does that tell you? You know what I mean? So that's kind of, to me, I mean, that's the thing I think they were saying as well. Like, of course, like there might have been like a few, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there was one somewhere, you know what I mean? But like that's, if they're trying to be accurate to the history that they have, like, why are we just like randomly shoving in stuff that
it's just stupid.
Yeah.
It is, it's just stupid.
Yeah,
it's just
I mean, to me, it's just like, you know, I'm not, well, like, just shove an alien in there, why not? Like, you know what I mean? If they're going for that sort of period in time, they're trying to set that scene, they're trying to make that as accurate as possible. I'm trying to say it very carefully so that I don't get accused of racism.
Oh no, but it's just one of them, innit? In the culture that we're in, and in the circumstances that we're in, is that anyone is finding anything racist. Like, you could say something, like, you could say a random little thing that you won't find racist, and you won't be being racist, but they'll go, that's racist, that's racist, that's racist. And I do that with my friend, like, we joke, and they'll go, oh, that's racist, and we'll go off and make it, like, funny at times, but it's like, there's just people that are taking it overboard. You know what I mean?
And I think these game journalists that have gone after it, I think they've intentionally wanted the game to fail, like, because of this. And the fact that it's sold over 1 million, I think is like, for them, it kind of shows that people are like, it might not have even hit their ears that it's happened, you know what I mean? And people just aren't, I wouldn't say bothered about, like, they're bothered about the topic, but like, in terms of this, I think people get, they're like, well, that's not what this game is about, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's good that it's not just like, and that's the thing, isn't it? When you're basically hoping that hundreds of people's lives will just get destroyed, like they'll lose their jobs and everything over this. It's just ridiculous.
Just stupid.
Absolutely ridiculous. So I think they kind of sum up for us, isn't it? Like, we're all for diversity in games.
Definitely.
I think representing cultures is really important, but then it needs to be in context.
Yeah.
Absolutely needs to be in context.
I mean, like, you won't expect to play a game where it's based in China in like 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect there to be a white person in there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
See, just one of them.
Nail on the head, Jodie. Sorted. That was a rubbish.
That was really bad strike.
We can't high five. So we'd love to, as we said before, this is very much the start of a conversation, and we hope you get involved. So let us know in the comments what you think about this, and definitely check out that Colin video that I was talking about. It'd be too easy if it was only based on the joke, because the joke's rubbish. That's the point.
Yeah, I know, the joke was rubbish. And that's the point of me not laughing.
Okay.
Oh, mate,
Don't
you
be
wait
so
till
upset.
next week.
What's happening next?
I'm going to bring my own joke.
I'd do it. I'd love that.
I've got one, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to wait till next week.
Why don't you share it now?
No, I'll just do it next week.
Okay, so you
Because I
do
need
want
to
to
find
swap
if
it
it's
over.
funny. No, I'm just going to...
You want to find out if it's funny, so you're going to
Yeah.
test it on me.
No, I'm going to test it on someone else first.
Okay.